Hey friends, welcome to the channel with a new video. Hope you are doing well. So in today's video we are focusing on the next draws. So what are the possibilities of the cutoff scores in the next draws? We will be exploring that. So before entering the video, those who have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you get the complete information of the incoming videos, and also watch the video till end so that you get the complete information. Moreover, I also request you to please share the videos and like the videos so that the others may also get benefit. So let's enter the video. Now we are continuing our discussion from the previous videos. Link for the video will be given in the description. So in the last video we explored the possibilities that when can we get the 470 or 471 cutoff score. We just assumed certain additions and the draw size because it is always based on the assumptions and nobody has the control over all these factors. First of all, I want to make it clear that it is totally based on the assumptions, and in reality factors do not happen as we assume. Assumptions are like the draw size, and draw size is never as per person's assumptions. It is IRCC that decides according to the various factors. The next assumption is the additions, number of additions, and that is an independent factor and depends how many new candidates are added to the express entry pool. So nobody has control over that also. So next factor is the number of PNPs. As you know, more and more candidates are getting PNPs, and they are creating their profiles in the express entry. So that will enhance the number of candidates in the express entry pool. So if the number of candidates with higher scores are there in the express entry pool, so in the present system, if we continue the present system, then the chances for a cutoff score to come down are less. But there is one hope for those who have low CRS score, is that if the next draws are held based on occupations as per Bill C-90, then they can expect ITAs earlier also, depending on which occupation they are and how many candidates are there in that occupation in the CRS pool. Now these are the factors. Now as you know, IRCC is always changing its pattern, changing its methodology, changing its processes. So nobody can predict exactly what will happen. It is just a little hint that we can have draws like that, or we can have a cutoff score within certain range. So pinpointing exactly is very difficult and is next to impossible, but you can just have a guide. So let's move further. Here we see this chart, we made it last time. We found that up till 29th of March, if we have 4600 draw size, we can have 481 cutoff score on 29th of March. Depending on the scene that we are having about 800 addition, average 800 number of additions in this 601 to 1200 and 1000 in 501 to 600. 800 average in 491 to 500, so on. So the cutoff score will be around 481, or say it can be 480 or 482 also. It is just a range. It can be near about 481. So similarly, we will try to find out when we can reach 471 if this system of draws prevails. That is, IRCC is not shifting to the new system. Then these things will happen. So let us continue. Today's calculation also we are making certain assumptions which is a little bit different from the earlier calculation. So we are taking the draw size at 5,000 and the number of candidates to be picked up in this slab will be about 2,500 on an average. This average we are keeping similar. Now let us see what happens. So if the draw is held on 15th of February and this is the number of candidates picked up, that is around 5,000 candidates are picked up, and we are assuming that this is a all program draw. If it is all program draw, then if the 2,500 candidates are picked up from this slab, there are more than 12,000 candidates in this slab. So the cutoff score we are keeping at 489. Reason being that there are candidates who are already above 489 in the category of CEC, FST and others. And there may be some PNP candidates also, more candidates also. So the draw may not, the cutoff score may not come down below 489 and it may remain at 489. It can be 488, but it may be again 489, even after picking up about 5,000 candidates. Or it can be 488 depending on the situation, because we don't have the exact pool data. Similarly, now here we assume that the all our CEZ and other pending candidates have been taken, and the 489 is the uniform cutoff score, and we don't have any candidate above 489 in any of the categories. This is also one of the assumptions. Now next, if we pick up 20, we are picking up about 1,600 candidates from this, 1,500 or 2,600 candidates from this, and about 2,500 from this lab. So the score should cut down by again by 2 points. So it should be 487. 487. Similarly, on 15th of March, if similar is the situation, then the score will be down by another 2 points. So it should be around 485. Then on 29th March, if the same thing happens again, then it continues, then it should be 483. And on 12th of April, that is the next month's draw, because our additions and the pool standing in this slab, that is 481 to 490, is still having it more than 2,500 candidates. So we are picking up the same number of candidates. So it should come down by another 2 points. So 481 should be the cutoff score. It can be 482, but it should be around 481. If this is a all, I am assuming that these are the all program draws, not the category specific draws. Now if it is 481, here we have already taken many candidates from this pool, that is more than 12,500 in these 5 draws, and some of the candidates were also picked up in the last draw on 2nd of February. So we may be left with few candidates to the tune of say 3500 I am assuming. So 2500 I am taking in on 12th of April, and the rest I am assuming that additions and other things, there should be around 1000 candidates in this slab. So if there are 1000 candidates in this slab on 26th of April, then assuming our additions like this, we have to pick up 1500 candidates if we have to keep the draw size at 5000 approximately. So if we pick up 1500 candidates from this slab, that is 471 to 480. Now here is the turning point. The number of candidates is much higher in this slab, that is 20,467 on 2nd of February. By the time we reach 26th of April, about 3 months have passed. February, March and April. And during these 3 months, there will be some additions also. If at least there are 500 additions per month, then it should be around 1500 more candidates. So there will be around 22,000 candidates in this slab. Out of these 22,000, we have to pick up 1500 to complete 5,000. So if 1500 candidates are picked up from this slab, that means that only the upper limit, that is the 480, upper limit is the 480, so the only the upper limit will be touched, 480. So the cutoff score can be 480. Now let's move on to next. Next is on 10th of May. Here the number of candidates in this slab have adjusted. Now we are just adding 500 additions only. So if we add 500 additions only, this means that 3100 candidates are there in these four slabs, and the next slab, that is 471 to 480, we are having around more than 20,000 candidates. So the next 2000 candidates have again to be picked up from this slab. So if we pick up 2000 candidates, the score will be coming down by 1 point only. Around 479 can be the cutoff score on 10th of May. Now if this average goes on, average additions, then we have to pick up 2000 candidates from this slab. So if our cutoff score is 474, if we are taking around 2000 candidates from this slab, that is we are coming down by only 1 point. So the 479 is on 10th May. So next draw is on 24th May. The cutoff score can be 478. Next, similarly, if we move further, we can have a cut down of two scores by end of June. That is, we can have 476 by the end of June, and then 474 by the second draw in July, that is the end of July. But there is a little twist. This will happen only if all the draws being held are all program draws and the similar situation continues.